Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rohit and today we'll talk about the regular expression in the JavaScript or the regex in the JavaScript. So regular expression on the JavaScript or the regex is a very important topic for the JavaScript. So let's first understand that what is the definition it says. A regular expression is a pattern of character. The pattern used to do something pattern matching, searching and replacing function on a text. So basically a regular expression is like a pattern that help us to find out that the pattern is exist to the particular text or not. So this is how the regular expression works. So we have a three method in the regular expression. First is the test method. Second, we have the execute or match method, and then third is the replace method. So basically, the first method, the test method, help us to find out that the particular pattern is present to the particular text or not. So let's say this is the pattern. This pattern is exist in our particular text or not. If it is matches, it will return true. Otherwise, if it is not, it will be returned false. So this is how the particular pattern can be searched. So this is the test method which will return you the true or false. Now execute or match function will actually return that the particular text that is matches to the pattern. So this is the pattern and this is the text. If this pattern is matches to the text, it will return that particular text of the or the array of the text. The third thing is that we do have a replace method. Using the replace method, we can actually search this. Let's say that this is our pattern, and this pattern will be searched to here, and it will be replaced with this character. So this is how we can use the three method to do pattern searching, to do the text replacing, or to get the text from our particular text. So let's understand the real-time scenario or the real-time use cases why we need that regular expression or that pattern matching searching. So if you see here, I have created a couple of question or the simple question. Let's say that you created a field. So let's say that I am creating a field, and then in this field, I accept only numbers. So I created a string field, and that's using the string field. People can put that A to Z at the rate any special character, but whenever the system will be processed, it should be processed only the number. Other field, if there is any other fields, then in that case will show an error. In that case, what we can do, we can use the regex. Similarly, I created a field called string field, and that only accept the character. It does not accept any special character, any does not accept any number. So that's also we can validate that. Let's say that also you can check that whether this string have a special character or not. So basically I created a string field, and in that case I want to validate that the string field, whatever string field that I'm looking for, that should not have any special character. That also we can check that. Next, we can do that the field should only accept to the email address. So let's say that I created a field, and that field should have provided by, that it should have the email address. It should not, if somebody does not provide the proper format of the email address, I should validate that. Let's say that if somebody created any special character, replace all the special character. Let's say that if somebody put that at the rate in a text, I should replace at the rate with that something, any special character somebody put that, I should replace with the some character. So that's also we can do by our regex. So we can do a lot of stuffs using the regex. We can check that whether the text is starting with this character, whether the this thing is starting with this character, every ending with this character. All this, let's say that we can validate that it should be start with the 9 and it should be end with that 0, something like that. All this validation, or maybe that it should be end with that any number. Everything can be validated through the regex. So regex is the regular expression that we can give any kind of pattern. We can create any kind of pattern, and that pattern can be checked whether this pattern is matches to our particular text or not. So let's first understand how we can actually, for a simple example, how we can test that or how we can write the code, and then later we'll discuss about how we can design the pattern. So designing a pattern is a very long process or the conceptual process. But before that, first we see that writing the code is very simple, but before that you need to find out the which pattern you are going to implement that. So if you see here, this first method, as I mentioned, the test method, that allow you to that particular pattern is actually exist in your text or not. If exist, it will return that E. So what does it mean by here? If you see that E, it means the pattern. So I am going to check that in this text, is there any E or not? If there is any E, it will return me a true value. If there is no E, I mean, if there is no value called E, it will not be return me any text. So let's first try that. So I'll simply copy that and then I'll paste here, and then I will print this result here and see that it is returning me or not. First, this is my pattern, and in this pattern what I am saying is that E is present to this particular text. So this is my text, this is my pattern, and here I am checking that pattern dot test, and in bracket I am passing the text and checking into the result that the pattern that I am doing, that is actually present to this particular text or not. So if we run that, definitely what should be happen? It should be checked that here it is E, here it is E, and then here it is E, here it is E. So we have that lot of places where E is present. So if we run that, you can see it is returning me a true. It means that it have a E. And now let's see. In this case, if you see, this is the text here, and we don't have any jet, right? So we don't have any jet. So let's see that is jet is present to in our system or in our pattern or text or not. So this is my pattern, which is I am looking for a particular jet character, and is that jet is exist to this whole text or not. So if we run that, you can see that it is returning me false. It means that this particular text or this pattern is not exist to this text. Similarly, we can, if you see here, if we type that RE, right? So we are, if you see this RE present here, here this is present here, but if we run that, does this pattern is available? Yes, RE pattern is available to this whole text. But if I remove this R keyword and run that, is that anywhere do we have RE? If we run that, I can see we're still getting true, because there something will be present called, you can see this is the RE pattern available. So in that case, we are going to search that everywhere this pattern is exist or not, and based on that it is returning me that true or false. If the pattern is matches, it is returning me true, otherwise it is returning me false. Now we do, as I mentioned, that we have three methods. This test method help us to that finding that the text is present or not, and then it is returning you true or false. So next method is that exe or match method. So what exe or match method help us? So exe methods let uh, test for the matches in the string. If finds a match, it will be return a result of array. So what will be happen? So this match function or the esc function will first match with the particular text. If this matches, this text is present to here, and the other places, it will be return that particular text. So let's see that how it works. So I'll just simply copy this text here and paste here, and then I will run this. And you can see that I am getting a text called E, and which is matches here. So if you see, this is the text where it is matching here. Now if I say that like that, any particular matches, this text or this matches is not present to this whole text, and then if I run that, you can see I am getting null. So basically using this test method or maybe this matches method, we can, it actually help us to do the index of, it is working as per, I mean, what the we do in a index of return a particular index, but here it is returning me a particular text, like you can see that. So if we type that best and search there, is there any places we have best? Yes, we do have the best places. And if we run that, it is returning the best, this text. But if we just remove that B here, EST, is it present that EST anywhere? Yes, we do have EST present here. So if we run that, it will still give us the est because est is present there. But if we type something like that and if we run that, there is nowhere any kind of pattern is available to our system called eest, and that's the reason it is giving me the null. So basically the match function will be returned, or it will be checked that whether this particular text is present or the pattern is present or not. If it is present, to return the array of the result. Now we do have a the final method, which is called the replace method. So I'll copy this text here and then paste here, and then I'll replace with gs.info and result. So what it is doing, that you can see that I'll replace with underscore. So what it is doing, the pattern is here. This is our pattern. So you can see this is our pattern, and what the pattern is saying that if is there any special character like the bracket or this ampersand or maybe comma, it should be replaced with this underscore. So here we can see that ampersand, here we can see this is comma, this is comma, this is these all should be replaced with the underscore. Now if we run that, you can see all these places where this character was there, it is getting changed and replacing with the underscore. That is how that is how powerful is the pattern. Okay, so you can basically can do three things. We can do using the three things. We'll actually implement a lot of things in our upcoming video, but if you can see that here we are checking that is there any is there any pattern is available or not. It is returning true false. Here we are checking that is there any matches function which is return the actual exact text, and here it is returning, it will replace that actual text. Now the question coming back to here, the you can see we said that accept only numbers in the string field. So if there is a only if it is any text is there, we should not be accept. Okay, how can we validate that? So let's copy this one, and here I'll paste that and then I will return the result. So here what it is saying that this text is a this is the text field, and somebody put some text and we receive the text field, and this is our pattern, and using the pattern we have to check that is there any text present or not. If the text is present, we should show an error that the text is present. If it is if the text is not present, we should simply say that no, text is not present, so we can accept that. So our only purpose is we should only accept the number. So for that, what we can do, if we execute this e or something like that, it will return you true because it have this e character is present. So in that case, it is error for us, right? So what we can do, we can actually do a pattern matching. For pattern matching, we can use the bracket. Here you can see the bracket, and here we can check that A to Z. So this is, it means that is there any A to Z character, any A to Z character is present, or this is our pattern. We'll discuss in our upcoming video in more details. But so let's say I start, I'm just checking that in this whole text, is there any character which is there any specific character which is started with A to Z or not? If yes, then it is definitely have the some character and we should not allow, right? So what we'll do here, I will check that if result, so if result is true, it means that we do have A to A, so we'll say that gs.info, we only accept number. Else we'll say that okay, okay, so let's run that. First, what we'll do, we are going to search that this pattern A to Z is present to whole text or not. Yes, it is present. It will be true, and we will throw an error that we only accept the number. So if we run that, and if we see that, we can see that we only accept the number. So this is how we are actually doing. Similarly, what we can do, if the pattern is I'll say that 999999 some number, we'll say that okay. So it means that this is only having the number. So we are going to accept. But any character, let's say that after that we put that A, it means that this pattern is break, right? So we are, this pattern is available to this text and we'll throw an error. So let's run that. So we are only accept the number. So that's how we can do the pattern matching. And using the pattern matching, this is a powerful tool. So using the pattern matching, we can do a lot of stuff. So in our next session, we'll discuss that how we can generate, or how this is the generating the pattern is a another mechanism or another topic. So we'll discuss it in our next video. So till the point, thank you very much. Have a great day. If you have any question, let me know in my comment sections.